ايدي بايدك نحمي الاقصى رمب بيخسى لا يظلم الامريكان.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Mohd Edham bin Julkapli from BA 1194A5. My matrix number is 2019 444452. Today I'm going to talk about Waqf. In this act of globalization, there are so many members of the religion who are unaware of significance of Waqf in terms of its usefulness in existing society in general and Muslim particular improving their economics. Along with zakat and charity, Waqf is one of the programs used to grow the economy of Muslims. This Waqf has existed for a long period of time, dating all the way back to the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as shown by the fact that Prophet Muhammad founded the Quba Mosque on Waqf territory. Waqf is derived from the Arabic term waqafa, which implies to help or withhold. Waqf is the tradition of donating a part of one property to the greater good. The Waqf revenues must be used to promote goodness and morality as part of our attempt to draw closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thus, endowed land cannot be offered, guaranteed in hibah, or possessed by anybody, since it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala outright. Waqf is not exclusive to land denominated in ringgit. However, Waqf property can take a several forms, including home, structure, currency, and land. The fuqaha believe that the practice of Waqf serve as a stimulus for the Muslim economy, as well as a source of share for the hereafter. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has long been a practitioner of this Waqf. This is shown by the building of Quba Mosque on Waqf territory. Even the Prophet Mosque was constructed using Waqf fund. As a result, Waqf was deeply rooted in the Arab world at that time. At that time, the Arab community agreed that Waqf was critical in improving the community economy. For the time being, the most effective model of Waqf institution is Egypt Al-Azhar Waqf. This is because they established a distinct government entity to administer Waqf in Egypt. Additionally, it is stated that the funds accrued by the Al-Endowment Azhar are sufficient to undertake numerous programs aimed at the growth of the Muslim community in Egypt. Waqf is extremely beneficial to us if we practice it, particularly as a supply for our afterlife practice, as we are mindful that all of our charitable resource will be depleted once we die, except for three things, which is charity, useful information, and a devout kid who always prays to his parent. This is shown by the hadith of Muslim narration, which state when a child of Adam dies, his actions are terminated except for three things: charity, wisdom that he used, and a holy child who always prays to his parent. Waqf is used in Jariyah alms because we contribute a portion of our property to battle for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As long as the land we endow is utilized by the society, the benefit will continue to occur to us even after we die. According to Allah in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 261, the resemblance, which means reward, of those who expend their riches in the way of Allah is like a seed that develops and produces 7 stalks, each stalk containing 100 seeds. Additionally, keep in mind that Allah multiplies the compensation with whoever He pleases, because Allah is all-embracing and all-knowing. According to the chapter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will double the riches we send to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of compensation. Our best chance for real satisfaction in the afterlife is by reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Din. I'm from BA 119485. My matrix number is 2019289666. Now, I would like to share the function of Waqf in Malaysian Socioeconomic Development. So, my point here is Waqf can increase economic participation while decreasing government spending. Okay, Waqf is basically a voluntary contribution made by well-off Muslim people to fund public welfare and enhance their well-being, rather than a component of government income or expenditure. The government could preserve a considerable amount of its budget and investment that were initially meant for public users as a result of the Waqf fund. This allocation will also be effectively allocated to other vital production programs. In this manner, a Waqf body will assume the burden and responsibility of the government while reducing the government's economic footprints, quoted by Nik Hassan. The larger the Waqf fund collected for particular building project that serve society, the less supportive the government and political establishment of such specific project, and therefore the smaller the government's portion. The establishment of Waqf will increase private sector expenditure while reducing government interference in the economy by voluntary action, also quoted by Nik Hassan. Waqf should strive to maintain a proportionate and responsible government position in the economy. In today's global marketplace, the company must be given additional space to participate in economic development successfully. Just as an effective economy is typically driven by this business, when the private sector is given enough leeway, the economy of productivity and entrepreneurs thrive. In particular, extensive government involvement while stymie private sector growth. As the bureaucratic structure expands, there is a definite tendency toward increased economic concentration. Yeah. Throughout the Ottoman period, prosperous Muslim people, especially business and wealthy individuals, generously financed the development and construction of public facilities, which were historically the primary responsibility of the national. Almost all government services, religious, social, science, and technological requirements were financed and met without expense to the government by Waqf facility, as stated by Saduman and Aisun. Until the 20th century, a large variety of community or local programs were established, financed, and provided almost exclusively by Waqf in many Muslim community. As stated by Baskan. Okay. Furthermore, Tabakoglu estimated that in the 16th century, the proportion of Waqf revenue The proportion of Waqf revenue to total Ottoman public revenue was approximately 12%, including the emergence of private property and elitisms in the 18th century. The amount of Waqf increased significantly, possibly exceeding 25%. Okay, so that's all from me. My friend will continue. Thanks again.
The second content is preventing deficit financing and decreasing rate of interest. Government borrowing through deficit financing can be avoided by the active community's contribution to the social economic requirements. Typically, deficit spending has a negative financial effect on the economy. At a time when global economic dynamics are volatile, the public sector could reduce the public lending to avoid a potential recession. The previous financial crisis that afflicted East Asian countries teaches us that massive public loans, as well as those made by the private sector, especially from foreign sources, have a disproportionately negative effect on the area. Nik Hassan, 2008 to 12. Thus, Sizaksa 1998 to 44 argues that the Waqf scheme could have led greatly to a massive decrease in government expenditure. This results in a gradual reduction of the deficit, which lowers the government spending needs and mitigates the in and out impact. Finally, this results in lower interest rates, which are a major impediment to personal investment and development. Sizatsa 1998 to 45 also emphasizes the importance of Waqf in lowering interest rates by delivering critical social benefits at no expense to the government. This may be a significant addition of the Waqf scheme to the eventual elimination of riba that Islamic economists are unaware of. In other words, rebuilding and revitalizing the Waqf regime can be seen as a critical move in the struggle to eradicate usury. As a result, incremental interest removal or reduction through the Waqf mechanism should be considered. Waqf may fulfill this role by voluntary donations provided by well-intentioned individuals. Thus, privately amassed money may also be voluntarily endowed to support and expand social programs for the city in the event that the government is unable to finance them in any way. Content number 3, restoring distribution of income and wealth. Additionally, the Waqf organization is critical in achieving a fair allocation of capital and wages within the economy. Nik Hassan 2008 to 13 argued that Waqf may have a beneficial effect on asset transfer by the voluntary donations of the wealthy to a public cause. This type of voluntary method achieves a far better outcome than redistribution through taxes and government transfer spending. Since taxes are a more expensive instrument to enforce due to a lack of appropriate tax formulation, the cost of tax collection may impose undue burdens on the government. Similarly, it entails a fair expense when it comes to the conversion of government spending. On the opposite, under this form of Waqf, collection costs are minimal, and in certain instances, it requires no expense at all. Baskan 2002 to 3 to 4 went on to demonstrate that in economic theories of redistribution, redistributive agents within a community are divided into two distinct populations. The main party, which is less populous, views individuals as the redistributive agent, while the second group views government as the redistributive agent. This second category comprises the majority of economic ideas, whereas those addressing persons and personal entities as redistributive agents are very unusual. According to the first solution, a person redistributes his or her profits out of altruistic feelings against others. However, the plurality of philosophies that view government as a redistributive force acknowledge that the equilibrium degree of income allocation achieved by private individuals is suboptimal. According to economic theory, if redistribution is left to the citizen, the consequences will be a suboptimal degree of redistribution. Baskan 2002, 18 to 19. However, since no metric of optimal redistribution exists at this stage, it is difficult to determine if the degree of wealth redistribution via the Waqf scheme was optimal or suboptimal. Nonetheless, some findings from studies on the Waqf structure provide inspiration. The Ottoman society entrusts the finance of health, education, and welfare entirely to the Waqf system. As the following expression emphasizes, thanks to the Waqf that flourished throughout the Ottoman Empire, a person would have resided in a Waqf house, slept in a Waqf cradle, ate and drank from Waqf properties, read Waqf books, and taught in a exceedingly Waqf school. As a result, the majority of scholars emphasize the vital role of Waqf structure in the Ottoman society's physical, fiscal, and cultural existence. Baskan 2002 to 18 to 19. Democratic economies have concluded over the past 150 years that the state is the only answer to disparity issues. However, Baskan 2002 revealed that the solution across history in the Islamic world has been individual state collaboration, with the outcome being a Waqf regime. According to Izaksa 2000, Waqf will help promote a more even distribution of income within the economy, which is one of modern policy priorities. Taxation is definitely relegated to a secondary function during this process. Additionally, a lower tax burden implies as increase in retailer and producer surpluses and a decrease in the tax debt rate. As a consequence, reduced taxation will benefit aggregate demand while still lowering prices. As a result, stock costs will fall, avoiding inflationary growth. Islamic teachings strongly encourage people to provide alms to the needy or to invest money on the public benefit via the Waqf mechanism. In addition to zakat, individuals assist authorities in improving the state of the community through this voluntary process.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Muhammad Nasri. I'm from CTU 351-4A1. Okay, my part is about eradicating poverty. So the primary role of Waqf institution is poverty eradication. We can refer to zakah. Waqf also plays as a role. He may also apply this zakat, as the Prophet Rasulullah SAW said, when you see a place with a large number of poor citizens, be aware that there are some wealthy people who do not pay zakah. So as a result, Waqf been a valuable option for a long period of time. So poverty and income disparities have traditionally been among the most critical and pervasive problems in society. There are several strategies for dealing with inequality, varying from mitigation to treatment. As Sadiq points out, one means of reducing poverty is by charity, which has historically been effective and could continue to be so in the future. So charity may take several types, but one that possesses the standard of perpetuity is a kind of charity that is a long-lasting. So Waqf is a perpetual charity in the Islamic culture. The Quran centrals meaning in this respect in that land should be spread to all citizens and of humanity and reclaimed by charity. The charity is therefore classified into two types: voluntary sadaqah, which contains waqf, and obligatory zakah. Waqf can create and retain long-term assets. that generate income streams. This characteristic unquestionably contribute to the cultivation and production of land. So through concentrating its gain on the needy, Waqf has the ability to make a substantial contribution to poverty alleviation. So Waqfs can also be created specifically for the purpose of disseminating knowledge and coaching skills related to entrepreneurship growth. So apart from that, the social security status of Waqf organization is dictated by their structure and size. Waqf may be classified into two categories. First distinction is made according to the Waqf's area or domain, which is classified as religious or philanthropic, like mosques, cemeteries, and shrines or tombs all fall into the latter category. The latter category includes assets or property donated for non-religious reasons such as classroom, hospital, bridge, and driveway. The second distinction is that the designation is conditional on the applicants who could be one, family members or members of the general public. Additionally, the Islamic finance sector will contribute to poverty alleviation. As a result, a growing number of economists call for the creation of intermediary organizations to assist small enterprises. Finally, Waqf contributes to poverty eradication in their respective countries by the Islamic religious authorities. Malaysia, which has an approved Waqf institution, is similarly situated. Indeed, many of the countries vulnerable have benefits from assistance channeled into organization. Also, a poor country will become resilient and even more advanced in different spheres and fields by Waqf. This was shown during the Ottoman Turkish Caliphate, where Waqf served as the bedrock for the advancement of a world dominated by several nations. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Irsyam bin Baharuddin, and right now I will talk about the conclusion of this project. Okay, the Waqf structure has played a significant socio-economic function throughout history of Islamic civilization. That is the case that the government provides all basic government resources for free. This has a number of significant implications and ramifications for the economy as a whole. Through supplying vital resources to the Waqf scheme has the potential to make meaningful impact to society without putting the nation under financial strain. Approaching one of the contemporary economic primary objectives, a significant decrease in federal expenditure. As a result, fiscal deficits are decreased, demand for government loans declines, and interest rate falls, eliminating major barriers to private investment and expansion. Waqf will also help restore income and asset distribution and play a critical role in eradicating poverty. Finally, Waqf would add to the overall economic stability of the region. More intriguingly, Waqf is capable of performing any of the activities mentioned above without violating any of the listed restrictions. Rather than depending on government pressure or conventional tax distribution methods, responsible citizens will allow voluntary donation. All of these Waqf critical tasks may be the meat of the moment if certain requirements in the term of legal context, Waqf fixed comprehension and management. On a wide scale, it is possible to enhance strategy and delivery. Additionally, creating a Waqf is a smart concept. Property revenue, which enable Waqf to be used for charitable purpose. Another important strategic choice is to create a new Waqf agency. That's all. Thank you.
تقدم يا ابن أقصانا ودك الأرض نيرانا وزلزل أمن إسرائيل أشعل فيه بركانا بركانا قم زلزل زلزلة